The next is object-oriented testing part under the last unit. In which we are going to discuss about the various methodologies which are used for this object-oriented. Okay. So, what is actually object-oriented methodology? It is a new system development approach, encouraging and facilitating reuse of software components. Reuse means we are going to implement or what? Abstract class or interfaces and other base classes are used for what? Reusing the components. It employs international standard unified modeling language, that is our UML, Unified Modeling Language, from the Object Management Group, OMG. OMG is nothing but the Object Management Group. So using this methodology, a system can be developed on a component basis, enables the effective use of existing components, facilitates the sharing of its other system components. The main what analysts to determine about the object-oriented methodology is what the objects of the system are, what responsibilities and relationships an object has to do with the other object, how they behave over him. So in this, there are three types of object-oriented methodologies. One is called as object modeling techniques, OMT, object process methodology, OPM, and rational unified process, or UP. So what is object modeling techniques, OMT? It was one of the first object-oriented methodologies and was introduced by Romberg in 1991. OMT uses three different models that are combined in a way that the analogs be owned or structure methodology. As it is diagram view about this object modeling technique. So the components are added in this. The requirements analysis case is there, design case is there, coding case. In between, there will be links under what the process called as object model, dynamic model, function model. So this area comes under in the combination of analysis model. So analyzing the requirements under analysis and the object design will be done through the design process. All these devices comes under the analysis model, object model, dynamic model, function model. So what do you mean by an analysis phase? The main goal of the analysis is to build the models of the board. The requirements of the users, developers, and managers provide the information needed to develop the initial problem statement. That is comes under the phase of your analysis. What is OMP model? Object management techniques model. So under the OMT, we'll have the models called as what? Object model, dynamic model, and the function model. So what is object model? It depicts the object classes and the relationships as a class diagram, which represents the static structure of the system. The class diagram actually is a static structure, it's not comes under the dynamic part. It observes all the objects as static and does not pay any attention to the dynamic structure. Dynamic nature. So dynamic model, it captures the behavior of the system over time and flow control and the events in the event trace diagrams and the state transition diagram. So it portrays the changes occurring in the states of various objects with the events that might occur in the system. Using this dynamic model, we are going to do what? Trace transition diagram and one more diagram is called as event trace diagram. Through this only the model will be what developed. What about the functional model? It is going to describe the data transformation of the system and it describes the flow of the data and the changes that occur to the data through the system. So this is called as what the functional model. So this three comes under OMT models. OMT model is nothing but object management techniques. And the next phase is called here as what design part. So in the designer, it specifies all of the details needed to describe how the system will be implemented. Then in this phase, the details of the system analysis and system design are implemented. The object identified in the system design phase are designed here. So object process methodology, OPM. So under OPM, it's going to what? It is also called a second generation methodology. It was first introduced in 1995. There's only one diagram, that is object process diagram, OPD. So which is used for what? Modeling, structure, function, and behavior of the system. It has a strong emphasis on the modeling, but has a weaker emphasis on process. So modeling is stronger, process is what is weaker. It consists of three main processes. What are three main processes? Initiating, developing, deploying. So what do you mean by the initiation? Initiative is nothing but it determines high level requirements, the scope of the system, and the resources that will be required. That is called as initiating a process of this OPM. And developing is nothing but it involves the detailed analysis, design, and implementation of the system. Deploying nothing but introduce the system to the user and subsequent maintenance of the system. The state about what we are going to hand over the project to the user, then we are going to maintain the system. This is called as what the deploying process about the OPM. So relational unified process, RUP. It was developed in a relational corporation, the relational corporation in 1998. It consists of four phases, which can be broken down into iterations. Then the four phases, which will be called as what are four different iterations. One is called as inception, another one is called as elaboration, third one is called as construction, and the fourth one is called as what transition. This is called as rational unified process. Each iteration consists of 9 working areas called disciplines. So here a discipline depends on the phase in which the iteration is taking place. So for each discipline, REP nothing but rational unified process. The set of defines a set of what is it actually? Artifacts. That's called as work products. Activities, work undertaken, and on the undertaken on the artifacts. And roles, that is called responsibility of the members of the development team. So objectives of object-oriented methodologies. What are its objectives? It is going to encourage greater reuse. It produce a more detailed specification of system constraints. To have fewer problems with the validation. Are we building the right product? So benefits of this object-oriented methodologies. It represents the problem domain because it is easier to produce and understand designs. It allows changes more easily. It provides what nice structure for thinking, abstracting, and leads to modular design. So these are the benefits comes under what we were object-oriented methodologies. Another benefits called as simplicity, reusability, increased quality, maintainable, scalable, modularity, modifiability, client as server architecture. There are more 11 benefits about this OOM. What do you mean by simplicity here? A software objects model complexity is reduced and the program structure is very clear. This is called as simplicity. Reusability, it is a desired goal of all development process, which contains both data and the functions which act on data. It makes easy to reuse the code in a new system. Messages provide a predefined interface to an object's data and functionality. This is called as what? Reusable quality. Increased quality. This feature increases in quality is largely a byproduct of this program reuse. And maintainability, the hoop method makes for more maintainability. So we know this good maintainability about this. The objects can be what? Maintained separately, making locating and fixing problems easier. And scalable. The object-oriented applications are more scalable than structured approach. So it's going to make it easy to replace the old and aging code with the faster algorithms and the newer technology. So modularity, the OID systems are easier to modify, which can be what altered in fundamental ways without ever breaking up since changes are merely encapsulated. And the modifiability, it is easy to make minor changes in the data representation or the procedures in the object-oriented program. The client and server architecture, which is going to involve here transmission of messages back and forth over a network. So these are the 11 advantages, that is benefits comes under the object-oriented methodology. So what is Rambach's object modeling technique, which describes the dynamic behavior of object in a system using the OMG. So object management technique, dynamic model. So 4 phases: analysis, system design, object design, and implementation. Under the analysis, results are objects, dynamic, and functional models. Under the system design, which gives you a structure of the basic architecture. Under the object designer, which is going to produce a design document. Under the implementer phase, we allow what? Produces reusable code part. Then the OMT separates modeling into 3 different types of object model presented by object model and the data dictionary. The dynamic model, flow diagrams, object model. So dynamic model is presented by the state diagram and the event. And the flow diagrams, functional model presented by the data flow and constraints. And object model describes the structure of objects in a system, their identity and the relationships to other objects, attributes, and operations. The object model is what? Represented graphically with an object diagram. We know about the object diagram. So under the object diagram, the top of the rectangle denoting name of the object and the bottom denoting what attributes of the objects. So this method is what listed first because it is the author's favor, and we find a very friendly and easy methodology. So the Rambach methodology has its primary strength in object analysis, but it is also does an excellent job with the object design. So Rambach has 3 deliverables to the object analysis phase: the object model, the dynamic model, and the functional model. So these 3 models are similar to what? Traditional system analysis with the addition for the object model, which includes what? Definition of classes along with the classes variables and behaviors. So in the object model is a very much like an entity relationship diagram that is called ER diagram, except that there are now behaves in the diagram and the class hierarchies. So the dynamic model is a state transition diagram that shows how an entity changes from one state to another state. The functional model is the equivalent of the familiar data flow diagrams from a traditional systems analysis. Now see the diagram view about these models. This is the class diagram which shows about what? Clients, account, transaction and the database called as savings account. Savings account. Okay, this the diagram view about what our object methodology.
Ma'am, your voice is not audible, ma'am. Ma'am, you are muted, ma'am. Ma'am, your mic is muted, ma'am.
Manoj, are you trying to say something?
நான்
Ma'am,
மியூட்ல
you
இருந்தா உங்கள்ட்ட
muted.
மியூட்ல இருந்தீங்க.
கேக்குது.
So you just type whatever you used to say. Manoj Kumar, type in the chat box. Now my voice is clear, no? I think the disturbance of the call is made us muted my mic. Okay, that's because of the call which been entered in my phone. Now it's audible.
Now you are audible, ma'am, but your visual is not viewed, ma'am. Now it has got loaded, ma'am.
It's a development process also called as a use case driven development. Use case driven development. The system development model based on what? OASC is a process for the industrialized development of the software. The use case model.
Hello, ma'am. Now your voice has got cut totally, ma'am. Now we are not able to hear you, ma'am.
மேம் அகைன் உங்க வாய்ஸ் கேட்கல மேம்.
What do you mean by correctness? The correctness determines whether the software represents are appropriately matched. And the usability, which determines whether the software can be used by different categories of user, that is, they may be beginners, they are non-technical or expert. The portability, which determines whether the software can operate in a different platforms with a different hardware device. This is called the portability. So what about the maintainability? So which is called as maintainability, which determines easy at which errors can be corrected and models can be updated.
Ma'am, again you are muted, ma'am. Voice is not audible.
Who is muting my mic, sir? So I mean that still I don't know. The status was about my mic, but I thought that it's in a mute mode. It's unmute mode. Someone is muting my mic. Who is muting my mic? Because I'm in that screen, I cannot able to see my mic status. Okay. I made as an unmuted and continue with my task means someone is what muting my mic. So this is a part B, it's a relevant or what? This unit 5 question. So I will also share all unit questions. This is question along with the answer. What is object oriented methodology? Mention 3 types of OM and list our process involved in OPM. What are the phases involved in RUP? So whatever we so far discussed, everything will be in the questionnaire part. Benefits of OO methodology. This is only for the 5th unit. I'll give a question bank that covers all the 5 units. I'll show the question paper. There is a question bank with answer. So now you're going to get what? Question bank which is relevant to the subject, which is taken from the engineering side part. This is a syllabus also. In the question bank, which containing what the unit wise content. All the units which will have the part A, part B questions. You will get what unit 1 questions. Object oriented analysis, design phases, and the questions from the unit 1. Questions from unit 1, you can able to get what both the question with answers. I'll give the both the unit-wise notes as well as the question bank. Take the questions based on your syllabus. Okay. This is framed by the engineering part. This question bank is meant for the engineering people. You select the questions based on your syllabus. Okay. So what I gave that is a question come to the examination that I'm not giving the assurance. So there is a preparation already is there. Question with answer. Whatever we needed for our syllabus, we take from this question bank. Okay. I will not force you to learn from through this question bank. first go through your syllabus and get the question with the answer from this question bank. They are different the case studies about the UML part. So unit 2 is also there. So total number of pages 88. Take your syllabus and extract the questions answer relevant to your syllabus. Most of this engineering part they are covered only the UML maximum thing. They are not covered like our theory part from the OAD, OAS, something like that. Okay. So you select the question for and answer from this bank only what now based on your syllabus informations. The total number of pages here is 88. Okay. Some case studies which are they are defined that's very useful to us. We'll get an example about the case studies. We'll learn how to do the diagrams our own. So first we are trying to learn the system means then you can able to what do the diagram to draw yourself. So most of things only depends on UML part here. I think you will have the practical for this paper. Practical is there, no? Star UML package you are going to use for this paper. To design your class diagram, use case diagram, object diagram, sequence, collaboration, something like that. Okay. So you first study all the cases of this, the case studies of this question bank, then you can able to draw the diagrams. You can also specify the relationships too. Now see again they concentrate on the third unit is also UML part. But in our syllabus, UML is a part of the syllabus only. Mostly we are concentrate on the OAD part. So what I'm telling this, when I'm going to pass this to your group, you should not depend this entire question bank. Take the content based on your syllabus only. So I will give one more note that is from the unit wise information only. So in that will have the entire content of your syllabus. So like in the notes only, no need to what again I may simplify the content. So already simplified content only. You take the combination from it only. So in this entire question bank, there depends only the UML part. So I think this will be helpful to your practical part. So how to draw the designs based on the given case studies. This is in the unit 4, object design input activity, something they are given. Last principle, responsible driven design. This is already taken from the net only. I am not prepared this one. Okay. So whatever the relevant contents needed from this, you take from this. So this is not fully covered by your syllabus. So total number of pages 88. The entire 80 page will only concentrates on only the water UML diagrams, UML based case studies and its diagrams alone. So have you all filled the attendance? Attendance எல்லாம் fill பண்ணியாச்சா?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. இது பண்ணி தருவாங்க, டிசேபிள் பண்ணி தருவாங்க.
389, 390 responsible there. But in the meeting, only how many people is there? 160 something around, I think so. But in our attendance part, 390. It's almost going to reach us 400. Hmm?